For the past couple years, I've been doing tutorial videos on YouTube teaching people how to train Stable Diffusion XL and even Flux LoRA models. And a LoRA model is really just a way to teach an AI image model how to create images of any person, place, object, style, thing. And what I've found is that it's really frustrating for a lot of people because the software that's used to train these changes all the time. Used to do things on Google Colab. It goes up and down all the time. It changes, it breaks, it doesn't work. Koya SS, same thing. And those tutorials are often an hour plus long because there's so many different settings and things that you need to tweak. So I spent the last year or so building PixelDojo.ai. And the idea here is that you've got this one place where you have access to over 20 plus generative AI image and video tools that you can use to create pretty much anything you can imagine. One of the things I just did a couple days ago is completely revamp from the ground up the Stable Diffusion XL LoRA trainer. So that's what we're going to focus in on today. Now in the main menu, you can see there's all these different options, but there's this train section, and you can see Stable Diffusion XL model trainer right here. And that's what we're on right in front of us. So just to give you a little bit of a lay of the land, I made this wizard so it's really easy to get started. You can train with a single image, which is really cool. You just drag an image up here. Let's go ahead and grab one like this. And the cool thing is what this does is you just click on generate images. It takes the one image that you upload and it uses pose control to generate different poses of the character. And it also does image relighting. So it creates different lighting environments for the character. So you get a variety of images which can then be used to train a Stable Diffusion XL LoRA. This is fantastic if you're starting off with a Stable Diffusion image or a Flux image and you only have one image to go on. You don't have a whole group of images that you can find out on the internet and you can upload into here. So that's one way to get started. And while those are generating, I'm going to show you another approach, and this time it's going to be for an object. In this case, we'll go for the Tesla Model Y Juniper. It was just released. So we'll go ahead and search Tesla Model Y in Google, and we'll pull up some Google images. We'll go to the image search. I like to go to the Tools tab, select Size and Large. This gets you the highest resolution images you can. Now what you want to do is grab 15, 20, maybe 30 images that are really high quality, and you're just going to save them to your computer and then add those to a zip file. Typically, if you're using Windows, you can just right-click, Save to Zip File, and that's really all you need to do. You want to look for images that are a variety of lighting conditions. So, for example, well, this is the old Model Y, so we want the new one. So grab this image. It's nice. It has dynamic driving experience going on there in the mountains. It has a nice snowy background, etc. We'll grab this one. It's from a different angle. And if you're doing one of these of a person, again, kind of same thing. You want different lighting environments. You want different angles. You want different outfits, different clothing. You don't want multiple people and you don't want multiple objects in the same image. So, for example, we wouldn't do this image because it's going to confuse the AI model. You want just the thing, ideally, that you're trying to capture in your image. So once you've got a group of those and you've got them saved to a zip file, the next step is really simple. And here we can see those single image, how that came out. Here's the different poses you can see that it created and the different relighting or lighting effects that it created for each one as well. So again, we started with this one image of this character, and now we're able to continue and actually train a LoRA model. Why not? Let's actually do this. So for the trigger word, you want something really unique. This is what the model actually uses in order to generate an image that looks like the person, place, or thing. So we'll say Takania. That'll be our trigger word. The caption prefix is optional. This gets added to the start of every single image that's used in the training. And I'll go with a photo of Takania woman, just so it knows that it's a photo and that it's a woman, and then you use your trigger word right there in the middle. Training steps, I like to go a little bit higher. I like to go with about 3,000 training steps. This is the number of times each image gets sent through the neural network. The higher the number of steps, the more refined the images will be that come out. But also, you can overtrain, which means that the model, the more training steps you select, the less flexible it becomes. So it's less able to create images that are not like the ones in the training set. So 2,000, 3,000, that seems to be a good spot. Now in our case, we'll use face detection, but if this were an image of, say, a dog instead of a person, you would turn this off, and you could go with smart cropping, and you would just say a photo of a dog. This guides the cropping and the masking so that it just centers on that portion of the image and crops down so that it's really nice and focused. But again, since this is a person, we'll just go ahead and use that face detection. Learning rate, we're not going to touch. It is a training type of a person. You can click object or style as well. And then we're just going to hit start training. This is going to go off and do this in the background. So while that's going, we're going to start our second training, which is going to be of the Model Y Juniper that we just gathered images for. So for that, we'll jump back to the wizard. And you can either go to the multiple image uploader, which just allows you to drag and drop up to 12 images into the UI, or you can upload a zip file. In this case, we'll just go to our computer and we'll grab the zip file, and then we'll go through the same process. Now, for the trigger word, I'm going to say TSLAMDLYJNPR. Super unique. Again, that's really the key to getting these, is having that unique trigger word. Caption prefix, we're going to say a photo of a Tesla Model Y Juniper car. So this again gives it that guidance that this is a photo, it's of the trigger word, and it is a car. Training steps, again, we're going to go with about 3,000. Turn off the face detection, and we'll use smart cropping. And we'll say a photo of a car. Everything else will leave the same, except we'll select object. Now, selecting the training type of object versus person or style doesn't actually change anything in the way that it trains. What it's doing is just allowing it to be categorized, so later on you can find this a little faster in your My Models section. And all you have to do again is click Start Training. Now, these models take anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes if you've got a large number of steps or a large number of images. And what they'll do is they'll show up in your My Custom Models section. So if you go into the main menu, My Custom Models, you'll see that you'll have the model. It'll just pop right up here. You're going to get this brand new LoRa. And you can see it says use with SDXL, use with Flux. Some of these are Flux LoRa, some of them are SDXL. It gives you the date, the type of training that it was, SDXL or Flux, number of steps, everything else, and you can come in here and give it a name. So we'll just say single image character, since that's what this was. And you can even upload a thumbnail here, which we'll do after we generate a couple of images with this. This gives you a nice way of sort of just checking things out and keeping things organized for yourself. The other thing you'll notice here is you can delete this, you can make it public. We actually have a public gallery for LoRa's that people can go and grab a LoRa, add it to their account. You can delete it, you can copy the URL to it, or you can download the model. The model downloads as a .tar file, which is a Linux type of compression. So you'll need something like WinRAR in order to open that up. I've tested this on Focus and on Automatic 1111. All you have to do is drop the safe tensors file that comes from this in your LoRa's directory, and you can use these LoRa's locally on your own machine to create images of anything you want. For this though, we also have the ability to generate the images right here. So we'll just say use with SDXL. That's going to load up the SDXL style image creator. And you can see your custom models. Here's the one that we just created. When we click on it, it automatically adds our phrase here. So a photo of Takani, a woman. You can enhance that with AI. So you could say something like sitting in a cafe, click enhance. It's going to use artificial intelligence to create a better prompt for you. Or you can just start generating some images. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to generate a couple of images. I slid the slider up to 4, and we'll see what we get back from just this default prompt with nothing else. And here we go. Here's our first 4 images. Actually, really, really high quality here. Not bad at all. Now you can take these and you can either download them to your own computer. You can click on Save to save them to your My Media section, which I'll show you here in a minute. There's even a face enhancer that you can use as well. So if we click on Enhance Face, it's going to save the image. It's going to upload it into the face enhancer. And then we can just go in here and click Enhance. And this should increase the quality of the face just a little bit more. And here you can see that before and after, and man, what a difference. So you can see the before, the left eye there is a little bit weird, but afterwards, pretty much perfect. So this is a good way to take an image that you get out of Stable Diffusion, because it sometimes leaves the features not quite perfect, and just enhance them a little bit more. Save that to your system as well. Now from here, you could go to, say, Enhance, and you could use the Creative Upscaler to make the image just a little bit higher resolution. So we'll take that initial image, we'll do Subtle for the type of style to apply, click on Upscale, and within just a few seconds we'll have an upscaled version of the image that's double the resolution and a little bit higher detail as well. And here we go. You can see again, cleaned it up even more. Man, look at that. Look at that difference. And we're still retaining the original characteristics of our character, but now we've got something that's 2048 by 2048 resolution, so 4 megapixel, and it's a nice high quality image. And you can see, really easy to use all these tools together. Now this is also trained on Stable Diffusion XL base, so what that means is it's compatible with a wide range of other checkpoints. So you might use something like Juggernaut, RealViz XL, even Pony, and those different checkpoints are going to work with this base trained LoRa that you created. So now we're going to jump over to My Media, and you can see now here's all of those images that we just saved. Now I can go ahead and click these and make them publicly accessible so that you all can see them. You can also download these to your own computer from here. You can also click on one of these images to see all the details, things like the number of steps, the scheduler, even the seed that was used, as well as the prompt. If you wanted to copy this prompt and use it somewhere else, you could definitely do that as well. I'm going to go ahead and download one of these to my computer, and then we're going to go back to the custom models section, and we'll just use that as a thumbnail so that we know how to keep track of that a little bit better. So now that'll upload here, and you'll see now you've got this thumbnail. Perfect. Now at that same time, the one of the Tesla Model Y, the other LoRa that we trained, also finished. So we'll call this New Model Y. We'll go ahead and save this one as well. Now down here in our Style Image Creator, you can see we've got two different LoRa's now. We have our original that we created and we just added the thumbnail to, and we've got this new one of the Tesla Model Y Juniper. We'll go ahead and create 4 images of this one as well. And for the prompt, we'll say driving through a mountain road. And man, even this first image is just pretty perfect. That's a good one. Here's another one. This looks more like a Model S, a little bit too small. That looks like the back end of the Juniper. Perfect, really good. And then we've got this third one as well. These are pretty fantastic. So again, I saved these to my gallery. You can go in and you can upscale these just like we did before. But in the My Media section, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make all of these public so you all can view these after the fact. Now you've also got these folders in here, so you can create new folders and you can add images to a particular folder. So I've got one for Tesla already. I'm going to select all of these, move it to Tesla, and you can see that now I can create and keep my images nice and organized. So if I go to the Tesla folder, it'll have just the things that I've created that are Tesla related. That's it. I hope this gave you a nice overview of the Stable Diffusion XL LoRa trainer that I've created here at Pixel Dojo. You can see it's super easy to use and ultra powerful. So let me know if you have any questions in the comments down below. Otherwise, we'll see you over at Pixel Dojo. Thank you so much.